What is going on, everyone? It's the Lego Detective, and today I'm going to be reviewing another SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Z action figure. And today we're going to be reviewing the original, ugly but expensive Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And yeah, so let me just elaborate on the ugly but expensive part. Now, this figure, I believe that the retail price was around $50 to $60 when it first came out. And yeah, the color scheme just isn't that good on it. The skin has this immense orange shading, which really just doesn't look good. It was meant to look like the figure is kind of having like this energy aura around him, but it really just makes him look like he's been spending too many days out in the sun. And the color of the gi is like this darkish orange, almost a gold color, because it was trying to look like, again, like a golden Super Saiyan 3 look. So the figure looks a bit awkward in many ways, but I think that for a pretty old figure, it's okay. And obviously, while this is a bad figure, many people will say that it's the worst SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Z figure. This figure is still amazing when you compare him to pretty much any other SH Figuarts, pretty much any other action figure of Super Saiyan 3 Goku, just because there aren't so many action figures around that have the amount of articulation, quality, and durability that SH Figuarts figures do. But anyway, let's take a look at this giant box. And if you're wondering, I didn't buy this like alone. I would never buy this if I had a choice between this and the other one. I would not have bought this figure, but I would have bought the newer one. But I bought this along with a few other SH Figuarts figures about like 3 weeks ago, and I reviewed the trunks. I'm reviewing this guy now. The last figure is someone which I have not even revealed on the channel yet, so that's going to be a bit of a surprise. But let's look at the box. As you can see, Goku on the front right there, Son Goku. Really cool. Like, the box is really cool looking. Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku. Biography of Super Saiyan 3, biography of SH Figuarts, a bunch of poses. What's kind of interesting is that none of the poses actually use the alternate face. You do get one alternate face with this figure. It's kind of a weird face, but none of the poses use that. And then you do get this really cool energy aura effect piece with this figure. So I thought that because this is a big figure, there's a lot of stuff in the box, I would actually just open it on camera. So here's a little clamshell that you get. And yeah, you barely have any accessories. He has pretty much the same amount of accessories that you would get with the Super Saiyan Goku. You get the figure, you get an alternate face, and then you get fisted hands, ki blast hands, gripping hands, and instant transmission hands. This area right here is where the energy effect pieces would go, but those pieces take such a long time and they're so annoying to assemble. And I believe that this figure came with instructions, but when I got it, he didn't have instructions, so it was so annoying to assemble those. I've assembled them, and I'm probably never going to take them apart anytime soon, but yeah, just kind of telling you that that's where those pieces would go. And let's look at this Super Saiyan 3 Goku figure. So here is Goku out of the box, and yes, let's address the elephant in the room, which is the color scheme. But before that, the joints on mine are pretty loose. Firstly, this torso joint is loose just because the hair is so heavy. And speaking of which, the hair, a lot of people say that because of the hair, this figure is impossible to stand up, and that is not true. And as I'm trying to get him to stand, there we go. I had him standing before as well, but this figure isn't impossible to stand up. The new figure, the newer version of Super Saiyan 3 Goku, something about the engineering of the hair and the torso made it so that you could actually pose him in a variety of poses easily. This guy can stand straight up. If you want him to do the Kamehameha, you can have him do that because his arms and his legs will kind of be shifted forward, so it'll balance the weight out a little bit as he falls over. But nonetheless, you still kind of need a stand. He did come with a stand. When I got mine, he did not come with the stand. I do kind of have like a figure base that I'm using for the effects parts. But yeah, the neck isn't pegging in completely. Not sure what's up with that. There we go. I think I got it. Anyway, so yeah, the coloring. Firstly, you'll notice that there is a lot of orange coloring on the arm. You can definitely tell there's much more shading right here as opposed to here, and you can really see it. The hands as well. And also the face a little bit. You can see like around those are not eyebrows. They look like eyebrows. Super Saiyan 3 does not have eyebrows, so that's just the shading, which looks really awkward on the face. One thing which I really like about this one, as opposed to the new one, is the hair color. I love this hair color. And the newer one kind of has like the same color of hair that you would find on like premium Vegeta or premium Trunks, like this shiny, dark orange, yellowy color. And as I'm just moving this hair around, so yeah, the hair is posable and twistable, which is really, really cool. The new one has that as well. Now you will see that he does have a little halo right there. It pegs in right back there. The newer one, it's a bit more distinct. This piece is more of a solid yellow, and this piece is more of a clear. I think it's just a clear plastic piece painted, but this is just kind of more of like a clear yellow piece with a little bit of shading. Now the articulation is the same as normal Goku body, other than the addition of the hair. And also let me just say, the head, the joint on the neck is really sturdy. Like, you can get this head pretty much anywhere you want, and it's not coming off. Like, I actually tried taking the head off just by pulling lightly on it. Didn't come off. If you want to swap the head with another figure, with another, like, Goku body, you're going to have to swap the neck. And the reason that the neck was loose is because I did a few swaps, so stay tuned for some videos showing that. Now, to tighten this joint, I actually added a little bit of Mod Podge to the joint. Like, I took the joint off and added it to the inside of the joint, and it kind of stiffened a little bit, but it's still kind of hard to pose this guy. Come on, you can do it. You can do it, come on. No. So, there we go. He's kind of like leaning forward. It looks a bit more awkward on camera than it does in the video. So yeah, also another thing is that the wristbands and the belt are actually a little bit different. Yeah, you can kind of see it. They're a bit different color than the blue used on the torso, which is kind of interesting. The blue used on the torso is kind of like a greenish blue, while this is more of like a purplish blue. So yeah, also another thing on mine which is a bit loose are the legs, which is just unfortunate. But as long as you pull them up, keep them in the sockets, they will be fine. And obviously, the Mod Podge is just rubbing off on me now, because this joint is not staying in place. I swear, over the last few like days and weeks, the joint has been actually pretty stiff. You can see the feet and the bottoms of the feet as well. So yeah, same articulation as pretty much the generic Goku body. One thing which I do really, really like is that face. I actually really like the expression on the face. Come on. Shoot. Alright, so yeah, the face looks really, really great. The hair looks great. Like, this head is actually a really, really great looking head. It's just this torso, which I am not the biggest fan of. The coloring is just a bit too dark on this figure. So here he is with the normal Super Saiyan Goku, just for a bit of a comparison. And honestly, I think that this color of gi would have been perfect for the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. This is the manga colored gi right here in the normal Goku here. But, so it's a lighter color of orange. It's closer to yellow than it is orange. And that is actually the kind of color that I would want to see on a Super Saiyan 3 figure. A lighter yellowy orange color compared to a normal color. So yeah, definitely going to hit you up with that head swap video at some point. I think it's going to look really cool. And also, one thing to note is that this figure took me probably like 10 seconds to, like, after I got him into the pose, took me about 10 seconds to stand up. He didn't fall over. This guy, oddly enough, he fell over like 3 times before I got him into that simple pose. So, yeah, just a little heads up that this figure, this Super Saiyan 3, is not as bad as it seems. Here are all the hands that you get with this figure, and I said it earlier in the video, but they are the exact same hands, at least in terms of the sculpt and the mold, that you would get on the normal Super Saiyan Goku, except obviously they have that really weird looking ugly orange shading. And I definitely think that if they fix the skin color on this figure, the rest of it wouldn't look as bad. But yeah, nonetheless, we have the fisted hands, instant transmission hands, gripping hands for Kamehameha, and the ki blasting hands. The next thing that we get is one thing which is exclusive to this figure, at least in terms of the similarities and differences from the newer version of the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and that is this really awesome looking energy effect piece. It's actually these 4 pieces. You put them onto this little clip it onto the stand. Like I said earlier, I did not get a stand when I got this figure. It was used. Don't really care too much. I did already have this stand, but it's a slightly different stand. This is just like a tall pole. the one that came with this figure actually originally had like a bendable arm and a clamp that you could hold the figure in. But I'm actually ordering stands, I think later tonight actually, like some Tamashii bases and whatever. But this looks really, really cool. If you assemble this correctly, just don't try to disassemble it, honestly. And you can just put Goku in there and he looks really, really cool. So guys, there's my review on the SHF Super Saiyan 3 Goku 1.0 version. So, let me just address the thing that I really wanted to say. I actually like this figure. Yes, I like it. And yes, I don't have many figures in my collection. And yes, I don't have any 2.0 figures. That's most likely going to change once I get 2.0 figures. And yes, I actually do acknowledge that this is the worst figure in the Dragon Ball line. It's not that this is a bad figure, it's just that the other figures are much better than it. So that's just what I'm going to say. But I personally did enjoy this figure. Do I recommend it? No, because it's going to cost you the same, if not more, than the new version of this figure, which is literally better in every way, except for the fact that this doesn't, this one comes with the energy effect, and the new one does not. Everything else about the new one is better. So, yeah, I'm just going to say that right now. But overall, that's my review. I think that this is a pretty cool figure. I'm psyched to display, and I'm also psyched to show you my head swaps, which I think I'll do a video of that in a few days. But there's my review, guys. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.